Hello, welcome back to class. Today we are speaking about how to import our SQL, how to import into our SQL Workbench. So without too much talk, let's dive into it. So we have to open our SQL hub. So here is mine. Then I scroll down to open my connections. Okay, so we are at the SQL Workbench space. So we are in the workspace. Now let me quickly take you through how to navigate through the workspace. Here we have files edit. These are our ribbons. These are our ribbons. So when you are bringing in your data, you click on query. This create new schemas connections. So these are where you create your new schemas. What is schemas? Schemas is where you keep your database. So these are your database. These are your database. So any schemas you create, you see them here. And when you open the table inside the schemas, you see your database. So this is where you get your output. This is your workspace. This place is your workspace. And for new table, new sheet, you click on this to save. You click on this and just navigate around. The others are less important. So now to import our database into our SQL Workbench, we create schemas. So let us create schemas first. The first thing is to create schemas. Now to create schemas, you go on this, create new schemas in the connected server. Yes, you have connected your server. So now create new schemas. So you click on this and this window will pop out to name your schemas. So now our schemas is, I want to name it inventory. Inventory. Okay. So I'll say apply changes. Okay. Apply. So when you come here into our schemas, you can see that we have schemas that we created already. We have schemas, this has been created already. So I just click on file to have a new sheet, to have a fresh sheet. So this is the one that we were working with before. So I just click on file, new file here to have a fresh sheet. Create a new tab, executing queries. So this is where you execute your queries. These are your database, and this your database is inside your schemas. So let's open our schemas. You have to open the schemas. Let me close this. Aha. So we'll be opening only what we are working with, which is inventory that we just created. Now, when you want to bring in tables, you open inventory, you open, see this arrow pointing to this inventory that we just created. Just click on it to open. When it's open, you right click on the table and click on table data import wizard. This is what we bring in your database, in your table, into your database. So we want to go and fetch our table now. So now let's click on this. This pane will come out, this window will pop out. This window will pop out for us to browse to our device where we have our table. So I'll click on browse. Now is in my desktop, and you can see um this is the data. I have inventory movement, CSV, and inventory product. So I'll click on inventory movement first to bring it in. I'll say open. I'll click on open. Then it's asking me what to do next. I'll click on next. I'll click on next. Let me maximize the window so you can see very well. I'll click on next. I'll click on next again. You can show log to see how your data is being imported into the database. So I'm showing log. I click on show log, then I click on next. So I can see how my data is running into my database. So when it lasts longer than the usual time, I will just close and go and check in my database if I have my data there already. Because sometimes it would have entered, but it will just keep running and running and running, showing logs. But I can tell you that most data, when they are large, they act like that. But when they are small, they just pump in no time. It's a large file, so that's why it's taking a little time. But I can just let me close. Are you sure you want to stop importing? Yes. So I can see that it has imported here. Can you see? Can you see? So just close this. So I'll go to our inventory table which we created. I'll right click here and refresh all. So when I refresh all, I'm trying to close that CLV shun. So when I refresh all, I will open my table. So can you see inventory movement is here already? So when I click on this table, you see this is my inventory movement. This is my inventory movement, the one we just imported now. So now let's go again and import the second table. So I'll right click on the table again, just the way we did. Table data import wizard. I'll click on it. I'll go to browse. Then I'll click on the second table, which is inventory product. Then I'll click on open. Then I'll click on next. 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 Show log. It's not important to show log, but it's good to see how it's being imported. I'll click on next. So it's importing again. It's bringing in my data. It's bringing in my data. But I noticed that there's no movement here. So I don't want to close this the way I closed the other one. So let's just wait a little. Inventory product. Yes, it's successful. Yes. Yes. So I can close it. I can close. Let's go and check if we have it. If we do not have it, we have to go again and import it. Sorry. I want to come here and refresh all. Anytime you import your data, you always come back and refresh all. So when you refresh all, you will see it. This is the table. There is an icon, the first one. Here is the first one, the second one, and the third one shows the table icon. So you click on the Third one, to access your table. See, this is the second table we imported. So if you, we created the inventory, we imported the first table, we imported the second table. Select all from inventory product. So the first inventory is the name of our schemas, and the second inventory product is the name of the table itself. So it's schema. So the name is the schemas joined with the product with the table name, making a whole. And select all from inventory product. Select is we are giving a command for it to retrieve all we have in our table from the table name. So this is the table name. So the next class, I'll be running through all the pillars of SQL. So this is basically how to import files into your SQL and how to check it, how to check your files. You just come to here, you put your cursor on it, and you move to the last icon, which shows a table icon, to call it out. And you can do select all from. Once you know your table name, you can just say select all from inventory dot inventory movement. So this is the table name. Then your colon to end it. Then control enter to run it. That is it. We have just called out this inventory movement table. So guys, this is watch out for the next class. Thank you very much. Bye.